Hello again. Today we got this sample here, 2005 Haiwan Organic Spring Tips Raw Puerh. I was trying to read it backwards. I should have read it before. 2005 Haiwan Factory Organic Spring Tips. Yeah, I think this is like a little bit 115 cake, Canadian. Usually I open these up first. Let's start by, I'll put some hot water in my teapot here. And yeah, we'll try this out. Yeah, this is part of the Yunnan sourcing Raw Puerh Snobs curated sampler. It's a subscription box. You get it once a month. Mine should be coming again soon. Got my little unboxing knife here. Yeah, let's see if we can just cut into this. Okay. Give that bag a smell. Oh, wow. Smells like a pipe tobacco, and you open up like a bag of pipe tobacco and you stick your nose in it. Like the really expensive, high quality stuff. Oh, that smells good. So it looks like we just got like one big chunk. Oh yeah, that's a nice chunk. That would have been that's what the edge of the cake would have looked like. So it says it's 25 grams. I'm gonna throw that big chunk right on the scale and just see what we got. That's a nice chunk. I got a little bit left in the bag, so 24.32. And it looks like there's about a gram left in the bag. So, yeah, I'm going to break some of this up. And, yeah, 2005, that's an important year for me. That's the year that I met my wife. And I met her in high school. She actually walked into the boys' bathroom. She followed me into the boys' bathroom to ask me out. And I guess it was a dare, actually. This was in grade 8. So she walked into the boys' bathroom on a dare to ask me out. Because I was like the loner or fat kid that nobody liked. And somebody's like, oh, you should ask that kid out, right? Just as a dare. And she's like, okay. She asked me out. I was like, sure. So we started dating, and it was like, we hung out here and there, and, you know, we were pretty square and stuff for a long time. And, yeah, we stayed together for 14 years. We've had good times, bad times, but we always got through them, and, you know, we made a child. And, yeah, long story short, we're still together. Crazy, eh? My first girlfriend from high school. Love her very much. Her name is Jasmine. So 2005 was my first year of high school, and also the year that I met my favorite person in the world, other than my son. There we go. Let's see what we got here. I'm just all gung-ho on the leaf today. It's like last time, I was like, I'm going to use my 60 milliliter gallon, so I'm going to break off, 4.5 grams. That's what I was going to do. And, yeah, it's totally not what I did. I sit there and chiseled on my cake. That was on the spring 2019 impression. I did that review. And I'm like, I got 10 grams here. I didn't want to put it back in the bag, so I'm like, whatever, we'll just use my other guy one. And even then, it was too much. So, I tend to go a little heavy on the leaf. I've been trying to cut it down a little bit. I think you can taste it a little better when there's less leaf. Not like less leaf, but like there's not as much. can get pretty aggressive when you got 10 grams in a 125 milliliter gallon. But okay, I got hot water in there. I'm gonna put this sample in my drawer here. And yeah, so let's get this hot water out of here. Oops. Let's try this out. Yeah, a lot of those aged notes. Some of that pipe tobacco smell that I was talking about. Just give everything a rinse here. I try and freshen up everything that I got with a clean rinse of water before and after. Sometimes I forget and the tea gets stuck on there and you get the stains and everything. So let's do a quick rinse. And yeah, see how this brews up. No, my thing. I'm gonna try and use that. Now for a rinse, I did that pretty long, so I'm gonna go ahead and drink that, cool it down a bit. Call that seep number 1. Very good. Obviously it hasn't opened up yet, so I'm not getting like its full aromas and everything, but a bit of a sourness there. Pretty strong aged flavor. Oh wow, that wet leaf sure's got a smell. I forgot my big cup. I'm gonna get my big cup so I have something to get rid of these the rest of this infusion. Where is my... Oh, here, this one. This will work. Nice. I'm gonna use this one from now on. My Darth Vader mug that I got for my birthday. Just set that over here. And we'll get another brew going here. So we'll call that number 2. It'll be great to see how that evolves. Really strong sourness in that first rinse there. I'm gonna pour the rest aside and get started on number 3. So I'll go with number 2 here, see how this tastes. Sourness is going away a little bit, turning into a bit of a smokiness. A bit more of that like aged flavor. I don't know how to describe that aged taste, but I think you know what I mean. Really good. That's number 4. So I'll go ahead and drink some of this. This is steep number 3 here. I'm drinking. Really strong. I had some the 2012 this morning, or about 10:45. That's when I did my review on it. I think I went like 10 steeps before I quit. But my sister was picking me up to help her with some firewood, and I wanted to drink more tea. I didn't want to grab a coffee, so I used my to-go thermos thing that I bought from another company there, and brewed some on the go. It's at the Gong Fu to go. It's a fancy little device. I've been having some problems with it already. I've been noticing it it leaks here and there, which is to be given when you got something that has like 5 gaskets or whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different gaskets where there's possible leaks coming from. You have to make sure they're all tight. You have to make sure that when you're putting hot water in, you're not like you're releasing pressure here and there, because like if you let it steep for too long and then you lift it upside down, you're gonna have hot steam spray out. Which nothing was spraying, but it was definitely dripping on my hands and shit. But I had none of that the first day that I used it. The second day I'm starting to get that. So in a couple weeks I'm going to post a review on that thing just to see how it all works out, and if it's still working, if it's just leaking and then it's not usable now. Yeah, this is a fairly strong tea. Very light bitterness. Definitely like a dried fruitiness to it. Like apricots. Like dried apricots. I drank that whole infusion. Might as well get started at number 5, that would be, I guess. This is a very complex tea. It's not subtle in any way. It's not aggressive in any way either. It's very bold. Start drinking some of 4. Check that out though. Really nice golden syrupy color. Syrupy aromas too. It's got like almost a honey sweetness to it. Hopefully this isn't the kind of tea that's just going to keep me up all night. Although I don't work tomorrow, so that'll be fine. But I do have to get my kid to school on time. Can't be sleeping in till noon, which I can't do anyways. I think the most I'd be able to sleep in until like 9:30 if I'm lucky. So yeah, this is getting really viscous. It's got the you know, the nice staying bubbles on top. It's hard to, I don't know if I could show you. I could try, but I'd tilt my cup too much and spill my tea. Yeah, so this knife, I got this like, probably, when did I get this? I got this in 2012. Had it for a long time. No, little bit of rust on it. I left it at my dad's. I think it was stuck in a piece of wood for like 3 or 4 years. I finally found it. I sharpened it up. Got it razor sharp. It's my bush knife. It's not sharp now. I can run my fingers up and down it. We're gonna have to put it on the whetstone here one of these days. I'll pour that aside. Yeah, this is a good tea. Sometimes it's good to give it a rest in between cups. I think give your mouth a rest and allow the you know, that, what is it, the returning mouthfeel. See how just see how everything reacts. Oh, I already got something in there. I'm not going to use this thing. These little bits of leaves don't bother me. The biggest thing is when I'm drinking tea with my wife. She doesn't like tea very much, but some of them she'll try, and some of them she's like, oh, that's not too bad, and she'll drink it. But if she gets any leaves in her mouth or anything, she's like, yeah, I can't drink this. It's disgusting. It's actually evolving into some quite a bit more bitterness, strength, a bit more astringency. Just keeping track. This is number 6. This is number 5. So far, the flavor has been increasing to the infusions. Still not decreasing. It's always a good sign. What else should I say? What else should I talk about other than this tea? I think I'll have to, well, I'll see. Out of the 3 teas that I get out of my raw pour snobs curated sampler, my sampler box comes with 3 or 4. I think it's depending on the teas, I guess. I think this month is coming in, it's 4, but I'm not sure. But out of the 3 that I like the most, I will buy a cake for my collection. And I want to continue buying teas. The last order I made was huge. I wouldn't say that it was unreasonably huge, but it was like the start of my collection because, you know, I had about 17 cakes when I first started my schooling. And I wasn't able to work as much, and I ended up drinking all my teas. And over a period of like 6 months, I drank all my tea. Because I wasn't buying anymore. If you're not buying any more tea, you're just drinking your tea. And if you're just drinking your tea, you're drinking the same teas every day. And then eventually, you're going to, if it's just your daily drinking tea, then you'll find one that you like the most, and you'll drink that one until it's gone. You'll drink the next one until it's gone. And yeah, slowly but surely, all my teas disappeared, except for the couple I didn't like. So I still have the first tea I ever bought. And that was aged white tea. Is a Gong Mei. Not that I didn't like it, it's just not a tea that I pull out on a regular basis. I got it from Amazon. Had all kinds of hairs in it and stuff when I first broke into it. Yeah, I ordered that tea before I ever found Yunnan sourcing. I think it was only like $30. I think I should be tasting this one. This is the oldest one, isn't it? So going from this one's a bit farther. I think this is 7. This one was 6. This is the best steep that I've had so far. This one's starting to level out a little bit and starting to go downhill. Usually, around my 6th steep, it's time to warm up the water. What have I got there? Oh. My wife's decoration little leaf thingies is in my way. Wasn't able to push the button down. So yeah, this is the best steep, the strongest steep, the most complex. Really nice viscosity. Is that a word? I think you could say viscous. Viscosity. Yeah, it's very viscous. It's thick, creamy, sweet, syrupy. It's good. So, you know, this one, number 7, maybe I didn't steep it for long enough and the water's starting to get kind of cold, so. Starting to get those hints of those mineral notes. You know, where it tastes like the hot water, the calcium from your kettle, those kind of things. Like you're sucking on a handful of pea gravel. I don't know if anybody did that in high school, but I did. Not high school. Elementary school. So yeah, this is hopefully that's not all the tea has to give me. That's only steep 7. Probably not. I'm gonna push it a little bit. See if I can get a little bit more out of it. And I like to see how everything kind of comes together. Isn't that an awesome cup? Is there any Star Wars fans watching? I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the whole like Star Wars series, like the 2 trilogies before Disney took over, you know, from all the way from A Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi. I know they weren't made in that order, but that's the order that it goes. It's all about the story of this guy here. He's the main character out of all those movies. And he's the main storyline. And it's his whole life up to from the time he was born to the time he died. And his turn to darkness. And you actually don't see a lot of it. There's quite a bit in between. What is it? Revenge of the Sith. You know, where he turns to the dark side. He gets all effed up by Obi-Wan. You know, he cuts off his arm and his leg, and he falls into the lava. On I must be getting kind of tea drunk because I can't remember the name of the planet. But no, after that he goes on this this rampage. You know, hunting Jedi all over the galaxy. And you know, it kind of shows a piece where they're on Kashyyyk and they got all the Wookiees and they got them in cuffs and they're marching them away. They actually kidnapped all the Wookiees and they kept them as slaves. The Death Star was built. The first Death Star was built entirely by Wookiee slaves. And yeah, Darth Vader traveled the galaxy killing Jedi. There's a couple good books. If you're ever interested in reading them, you should look them up. See, I always find this cup right here, that's the most complex. You know, each infusion is great, and you get to see how the tea evolves through infusions. Like I said, the sixth steep is the best. But all the steeps poured together into that one there, because it's like each infusion you know, for me, it's like with Gong Fu tea, it's like you're brewing each infusion to the best is what you can do. And it's like, okay, this one was a little flat, so this one I'm going to brew it a little longer and I'm going to brew it a little harder. And as you go, as you're brewing the tea, it's like you're changing your brewing parameters, you're changing everything as you go to try and influence a better cup of tea next time. And for me, that's what it all is. And it's not about counting in your head. It's all about like this intuitive knowledge of the tea. Not that I'm saying that I'm like knowledgeable about the tea, but it's like you have to get to know the tea. And that's why I don't like samples. Even though like I'll subscribe to the Raw Puerh Snobs box, but that's like, okay, I'll get a good idea of teas that I should buy. And I don't have to peruse on the website and for hours on end, filling my cart, emptying my cart. So I'll do that for days on end before payday. And it's really unhealthy. I like this idea that Yunnan Sourcing has chosen the teas that I'm going to be getting. And I'll just get them when they arrive. And I don't have to worry about it too much. I wonder if I brewed that too long. See, I brought out a lot of bitterness in that one. None of that, all that minerality's gone, all the strength is, you know, so it's you know, it's coming back up. But when you're brewing tea, it's like the flavor. It's like it's on this constant incline, and it's getting better and better and better and better as you brew, and then it gets to that certain point where it drops off. And whatever you do, you can change your brewing parameters by heating up the water, lengthening your brewing time or whatever, and you might be able to, you know, pull that up, that curve up again. So yeah, that's what I did here. Brew number 8 was better than brew number 6, even though it was dropping off on brew number 7. Definitely a lot of bitterness in this tea. I can tell now that I brewed it a little longer. Brewed a little harder there. I prefer a bit of bitterness and a little bit of astringency. Not too much, but just the right amount. And this tea's got a good amount of both. It's making me sweat right now. It's got a really strong cha-chi. I'm really enjoying this as a nice aged tea. I don't know what to say. I'm getting to the 30-minute mark, so I will cut off this video at 30 minutes. That's more than long enough for a YouTube video. But when you're making tea, Gong Fu style, I don't really think you can go lower than 30 minutes. Well, I guess, you know, what's that? TDB, they make their videos around like 6-7 minutes. But they have everything all broken up and everything all ready. The water's already hot, you know. A lot of times they rinse the tea before even starting. And I like to have a little bit of time to talk and have the video and everything. And I don't know, just the whole process of everything. I enjoy filming it. I hope nobody else is bothered by the long videos. You know, I've noticed for me, I have a hard time getting through a 30-minute video. So I've had some people comment and they're like, "Oh, I like watching." Well, I like watching 30-minute videos of people drinking tea. And I'm like, you know, me too. If I'm drinking tea, I'll watch Scott's channel or TDB. Sometimes I'll watch Mayleaf, but a lot of times I like to just sit back and just drink tea without watching anything. And I think that's a better way to approach it. So I'll taste this last infusion for you guys. What is this, number 9? I guess it would be. And yeah, it's starting to die off now. You know, that last really long brewing time probably killed the tea. If you do that right up front, you won't get many steeps out of it. But yeah, still a lot of power there. I'll still go for another, I think I still have like quarter of a liter here. So I'm going to finish off this pot of water. And yeah. Yeah, I'll do another video here soon. Sorry, I'm getting all woozy here from the tea here. Yeah, this is a strong tea. I can really feel it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, press the like button. If you don't like the video, you can press the dislike button. Or yeah, subscribe if you want. If you like it, I'll have more videos coming in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.